Hi, good morning. We've already done slot 1 DILR, which was full of interesting sets. This day we are doing slot 2 DILR. So, before we begin, a quick introduction. Hi, I'm Munira Lokhandwala and I'm Calcutta alumna, a serial 100 percentiler in CAT and a 99 percentiler in GMAT. I also have a CAT verbal book published by Wiley and available on Amazon. Besides this Unacademy Crack Cat channel, you can also find me on the Unacademy app. So please guys, Play Store पे जाके you have to search for Unacademy Learning app, install it. Within that, you have to enroll for the Plus CAT courses and get subscription. We have a number of educators from different regions, specializing in different areas, having their own particular content and style. There definitely will be something that will match what you're exactly looking for, right? So, which subscription to go for, we can discuss towards the end of the class. You can use my code Munira10 to get 10% discount, right? So let's start off with the puzzle I gave you all yesterday evening. You have three triangles and you have to find the area, okay? And once you find the area, you have to order them with respect to smallest to largest. So let's say this area is M, N, P, which is the smallest, which is the second smallest, and which is the largest, right? So basically, you have to calculate the area of this triangle. Now, we know what the triangle area formula is, right? It's half into base into height. But are we going to use that? We could also use the determinant and the points, that formula to find the area, because that's also already given. But both these methods, guys, will take time. What we can do to quickly find an answer is we can find the areas that are outside. See, each of the rectangle or more a square, right? All these are squares. They are all 4 by 4. This is a 4 by 4 square, area 16. This is a 4 by 4 square, area 16. And even this is a 4 by 4 square, area 16, right? So from 16, if I could find these areas, and these areas are not difficult to find, it's half into base into height for right angle triangles. Then I just subtract that, right? And find this area, similarly find this area, that area, and then I can compare them, okay? So let's start by looking at M. What is M? It is 16. So all of them, right, will be 16 minus something. So 16 minus this area, this is 3 by 3. Okay, 3 is the base. Here is the base, right? 3 is also the height. So it is 3 into 3 divided by 2. Okay. And what is this area? This height is 4, base is 1. So 1 into 4 divided by 2, this is 2. And similarly, this is also 2. So it is 16 minus 2 minus 2 minus 9 by 2. Right? So you will get around 12 and 7.5. In the second case now, similarly, n is equal to, so here the area is 2, correct? Here the area is 2. Here the area is 1.5. And here the area is, base is 4, height is 3, so it is 6. So 16 minus 6 minus 2 minus 1.5. This is 6.5. This triangle here, the area is going to be 4. This triangle here, the area is 3. And here the area is 2. So the P triangle area is 16 minus 9. So you will get 7. You can see how close they are, guys, right? Estimating or etc. will not work. So the smallest is N, then you have P, and then you have M. That's your correct order. Great. So let's look at the DI sets. Today we are going to do 4 sets, starting from this pizza set of thin crust and normal cheese. Imagine we are trying to take an exam and here they want us to think about pizzas. And then this elective set where people are moving from one course to the other. Then this set on kids and estate property, right? And finally this set on dogs. That's what we are going to do today. So let's start off with a thin crust pizza. Funky pizzeria. And guys, okay, just to remind you, In the description box इसका पूरा PDF available है, please download कीजिए, solve it. DILR has been a very good 2017 दोनों slots में there have been a good amount of sets. Once you solve it by yourself, then only you will be able to appreciate the solution. You need to start thinking about how to solve by yourself. Maybe 2 or 3 ways you will start, you may falter, you may solve, that doesn't matter, but the thinking has to come from your side first, and then we can do the set together. Okay, so was required to supply pizzas to 3 different parties. It had to deliver was 800, 70% of which were to be delivered to party 3, right? So straight away here we can start thinking that 560, 70%, right? So 70% of 800 is 560 to 3, and the rest equally divided between party 1 and 2. Slot 1, maybe there was a similar thing, right? That a particular percentage was in standard 12 and then there was equal, right? So this is because of the normalization, they're trying to keep similar sets. तो बचा क्या है 560. If you remove from 800, you're left with 240. Equal will be 120 and 120. Okay, party 1 and party 2. Now your pizza can either be distributed into 2 sides as thin or deep. So they can be thin or deep. They can also be normal or extra cheese. Okay, and all these combinations, the 4 combinations together, give you these 4 pizza. Like either you could have thin crust normal cheese, thin crust with extra cheese, deep dish with normal cheese, and deep dish with extra cheese. Okay, and this information is given. Now I need to basically find this value, and then we can start looking at questions. Okay, so let's do that. I already have a table made. We know that the total for party 3 is 560. So let's fill that up. $120 and $120. Okay. Now thin crust अगर 0.6 है तो normal cheese will not be 0.4. Thin crust अगर 0.6 है तो deep dish will be 0.4. Right? The pizza is distributed as either thin or deep, not thin or normal. So if you see here, guys, a 0.55 and 0.3, it's not adding up to 1. It should not add up to 1. It may, but it does not need to, right? Why? Because if thin crust is 0.55, deep dish is 0.45. Normal cheese is 0.3, so extra cheese is 0.7. That's where the proportions add up to 1. They add up to 1 in the similar category. For example, right, if you're buying a bag can be leather or non-leather, and you can have colors. It can be blue or non-blue. So the blue non-blue should add up, and the leather non-leather should add up. Leather और blue का कोई connection नहीं है, they're independent. So normal cheese and the crust जो type का है, they're independent. Okay. So now 0.6 अगर thin crust है, so what 0.6 of what, guys? 0.6 of 120. ये है 72, and hence deep dish is 48. यहाँ पे 0.55 of 120, so 66 and 54, right? Total, यहाँ पे total is 800, and this total, guys, is 300. So 720 is here. Sorry, not 720. 72 is here. 66 is here, right? So the remaining we'll have to find out, and that number is going to be 162, which is 300 minus 72 minus 66. This is 138. So you subtract 138, you will end up with 162. Okay. So you could find the 560. This will be 398. And you can find this total also if required. We'll find it. Now let's do this normal cheese. Same thing we will do. 0.3 of party 2 is normal cheese. So 36 is normal cheese, right? And this becomes 120 minus 36, 84. Right? Then 0.65 of 560. Now that is 13 by 20. Okay? So 560, if you divide by 20, you are left with 28. And 13 into 28, is basically 280 plus 84, it is 364. Okay. Now the total is 0.52 of 800, so that we'll find out. That's 416, guys. Right? 52 into 8 is not difficult to find. That's 416. This adds up to 400, so this has to be 16. So now I can fill this up if I want. This will be 104, so that the total is 120. And here the total has to be 560, so this will be 296. Right? 360 is 200. Oh wait, it is 196. Yeah. Great. So let's start looking at questions. How many thin crust pizzas were to be delivered to party 3? So that number we have already found out, right? Thin crust pizza to party 3 is right here. It is 162. Okay. So we can come here and go for option B, 162. How many normal cheese pizzas were required to be delivered to party 1? So this is the number 16, right? Normal cheese pizza. So 2 questions already done. Not bad, right? Okay. Let's see. Extra information here. For party 2, if 50% of the normal cheese pizzas were of thin crust variety, okay, then they want to find us they want us to find out some difference. So let's forget the question. Let's first get what is already given. Party 2 mein normal cheese, half of it is thin crust. So what is normal cheese here? 36. So you have 4 types of pizzas, right? Thin crust, normal cheese, which is 50%, right, of 36, so that is 18. Then the remaining normal cheese has to be deep dish. So 36 mein se if 18 is thin crust, the remaining 18 will be your deep dish, right? Now total thin crust is 66, out of which 18 is your thin crust normal cheese. So the remaining thin crust extra cheese will be 48, and deep dish extra cheese we can find out. Okay, 54 mein se if you remove this 18, then you will get 36. Okay, so once again guys, see what was given to us. 36 ka adha, right? If you go and check, 50% of the normal cheese pizzas for party 2 are 36. So 50% of that works out to 18. So 18 were thin crust. अब total तो 36 है. So if 18 are thin crust, the remaining 18 will be deep dish. So ये 18 हमने दोनों भर लिया. Now we know that the total for thin crust is 66, which will either be normal cheese or extra cheese. If normal cheese is 18, extra cheese will be 48. Right? And if when you come to deep dish, right, if normal cheese is 18, that is given to us, right, the extra cheese will be 36. Now let's look at the question. Difference between thin crust extra cheese and deep dish extra cheese. So you are looking at thin crust extra cheese, which is this, and deep dish extra cheese. The difference, guys, is 12. Option B. Okay. Next question. Suppose that a thin crust normal cheese is as much as deep dish normal cheese. Okay, so we'll do all the maths here only now. So thin normal cheese is equal to deep dish normal cheese, but 3/5 of the price of a deep dish extra cheese. A deep dish extra pizza, right, cost 50 more than a thin crust extra cheese pizza, and the latter, मतलब ये, इसका price है 500. So your thin crust extra cheese is 500. Okay. your deep dish extra cheese is going to be 550, right? It is 50 more. And this is 3/5. The deep dish normal cheese is 3/5. So that is 330. And your deep dish, thin crust normal cheese is same as deep dish normal cheese, right? So that also will be 330. So we have found the 4 prices. Now to find the total bill for party 1, I need the 4 kitna order kiya tha, that I need. Okay. If 25% of the normal cheese pizzas delivered to party 1 were of deep dish variety. Okay. So normal cheese pizza ka 25% is deep dish. इसका नॉर्मल चीज पिज्जा का 25% इज डीप डिश, मतलब यू हैव 4 डीप डिश नॉर्मल चीज. द रिमेनिंग नॉर्मल चीज विल बी थिन क्रस्ट, राइट? नाउ टोटल डीप डिश इज 48, जिसमें से 4 ऑफ देम आर नॉर्मल चीज, सो द रिमेनिंग 44 विल बी एक्स्ट्रा चीज. टोटल थिन क्रस्ट इज 72, जिसमें से 12 you have as normal cheese, so extra cheese is the remaining 60. So we have got these numbers. So the 2 normal cheese, guys, is 4 plus 12. Okay, these 2 4 plus 12, and they both come at the same price of 330. So normal cheese ka cost hai 16 into 330, which is 5280. Okay, so let's take this number 5280. Okay, now what is the other 2 prices that we have? Your thin crust extra cheese is 500, and deep cheese, deep dish, right? And that's logical. Thin में extra cheese कम लगता है, तो थोड़ा सस्ता है. Deep dish में extra cheese ज़्यादा लगता है, right? So if you internalize that already, then you don't have to go back and check. Okay, so now this works out to 30,000. 500 into 60, and this works out to 24,200. And finally you have 5280. These 3 numbers you add up, you get 59480. Okay, and that's your answer, first option. Okay, great. Next set. All right, so this is what is given to us. There were 7 elective courses, E1 to E7, running in a specific term in a college. Each of the 300 students enrolled had chosen just one elective from among these 7. However, before the start of the term, E7 was withdrawn as the instructor concerned had left the college. The students who had opted for E7 were allowed to join any of the remaining electives. Also, the students who had chosen other electives were given one final chance to change their choice. The table below captures the movement of the students from one elective to another during this process. Movement from one elective to the same elective means no movement. Some numbers got erased. However, it is known that these numbers are either 0 or 1. Fair enough. So first thing, let's get a handle on what the table is about. The table kya hai? Okay. So from these electives, yeah, this is the from side and this is the to side. From some of these electives, students have moved to some other electives. Why did this move happen? Because E7 was not there for the term, right? So originally students had enrolled for 7 courses. फिर ये course cut हो गया. So some of these students, right? Some क्या? All of these students from E7 moved to one of E6. And other students were also given a chance to change, right? So if I pick up this number 10, it is basically 10 students who moved from E1 into E3. One student from E1 moved to E4. Correct? If I pick up this number like 4 4 students from E4 move to E6. Okay, and there is this diagonal here, 9, 34. These are students who didn't change. So if there was a question that said how many students didn't change their original position, original elective, then this diagonal, the sum of the diagonals will give you that number. Correct? That 9 students were in E1 pehle bhi, after change also they continue to remain in E1. Right? 34 students were in E2, they continue to remain in E2. Okay. Now, if I see these rows and columns, E1 का पूरा रो भरा हुआ है. So I can, see कि what each student of E1 has done. Where have they moved? Right? Similarly, E2 का पूरा column भरा है, which means I can see कि जो E2 में अभी students है, students who have changed, वो कहाँ से आए? Okay, and these gaps that are not given, these are basically only 0 to 1. They can be 0 or they can be 1, anywhere. That is the story. And then you have some extra information. Okay, before the change process, there were 6 more students in E1 than in E4, but after the reshuffle, you have 3 more than that in E1, etc., etc. So you have these 3 points. We'll look at these 3 points, but first, guys, we should be able to make sense of the table. Okay, and one more thing, I want you all to think कि ये even पूरा भरा पड़ा है, the full row, we have an idea. If I add up these numbers, what will this give me? So you have to tell yourself, right? What does this row give me? This row gives you the students of E1, what have they chosen to go into, right? Okay, E1 के students, what have they chosen to go into? So 9 students have chosen to go into E1, 5 students have chosen to go into E2, 10 into E3, 1 blah blah blah, right? So if this row tells me what the students of E1 have chosen to go into, that means the total of this row, guys, would tell me how many students E1 had before the change. So once we start defining row and column in apna English, right, we'll be able to make out what the sum of the row and what the sum of the column is, right? So if I add this up, 9, 5, 10. So anyway, first of all, I've got this data here in a slightly better way, okay? So if I add it up here, you have 9, 5, 10. This is 14, 24, 24 plus 7. This is 31. So before this whole change happened, E1 had 31 students. Okay, out of which 9 students remained in E1, 5 went to E2, 10 went to E3, etc. etc. Okay, now let us come to E2. ये column का sum हमें क्या देगा? So what did we tell? What did we decide? कि this column tells us कि जो E2 में अभी students है after the change, where did they come from? So if I add up all these numbers, right, I will get the number of students E2 has right now. Okay, so let's add it up. 34 plus 5. I usually don't like to do that like this, right? Let's do it like this. 40. 34 and 6 is 40. 5 and 5 is 50. And then you have another 10, 60. And then this 16, it is 76. So after the shuffling, E2 ended up with 76. Okay, some values are missing. Now E3 का क्या range होगा? For example, if you have 10, 20, and you have 45, and you have 75, and this is 78. So E3 can be 78 or it can be 79. So this is what this whole table means. Okay, I have added up all the numbers of rows and columns and we have kept it ready here. Okay, this is as of right now. We have not really analyzed the information given to us. Okay, we'll do that now. We'll start filling in values. But before we get into that information, here is something that we should notice. Okay, कोई भी खाली value, right, is 0 or 1. बराबर? Any of these. So how many values are empty? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. There are 12 empty values. And how many of these values can be 1 and how many of these values will be 0? So how many students are there, guys? If you check the main stem, the number of students, here you have 300 students. So there are 300 students, out of which 292 के बारे में we have information. We have information for 292. So 8 of them are still left to be accounted for. So 8 of these values will be 1 and 4 of these values will be 0. So this is an important thing. Okay, out of the 12 missing values, exactly 8 will be 1 and exactly 4 will be 0. Okay, great. Now we'll start looking at information. So first is, before the change process, there were 6 more students in E1 than in E4. Okay, so E1 के total students we know, so we can find out E4 के total students before the change, right? Before the change, we know E1 के total students, that is 31, right? So before the change, E4 के total students will be 25. So let's start now straight away working on this. Right? What is given to us? Okay, before the change, E1 has 6 more students than E4. E4 plus 6 before. ये है guys, this is before change numbers and these numbers are after change numbers. So ये 31 ये तो पक्का है, right? No empty columns, nothing. ये पूरा row, this is full, this is a fixed number. Okay? Now this hence has to be 25 because it is 6 less. This has also become fixed. Now इसके कितने empty है cells? 1 and 2. So this has to be 1 and 1, then only your 23 will become a 25. Okay, great. Now let's go back. Yeah. After the reshuffle, the number of students in E4 was 3 more than E1. अभी E1 में भी बहुत खाली है, right? You have quite a few empty cells. E4 also has empty cells. So let's not go into this right now. Okay. The number of students in E2 increased by 30 after the change process. So E2 का यहाँ तो कुछ खाली, you have some empty cells, but this is completely full. The column is completely full, which means that I can find out what E2 was before the change. See, after the change, it increased by 30. So this number, right, 76 is with an increase of 30. Okay. So before the change, it must be 46. Correct? So ये perfect है, 30 का difference already है, which means these values that are there must be 0. So we have fixed this also. Okay. Now when we see E1 and E4 का after change comparison, right? After change comparison is a difference of 3. If you see here, 3 more after change. Okay. So now we can start looking at it because there are only 2 cells empty. So E1 has already become 16 because of this one extra, right? So E1 का range is 16 or 17 or 18 based on ये 0 1 है कि नहीं. ये दोनों 0 है तो it will remain at 16. अगर इसमें से एक 1 है so it will become 17. If both of these are 1, it will become 18, right? So for these values, E4 will correspondingly be 19 because it is 3 more, right? Now E4 is 3 more than E1. Okay, so 19. This is already at 20 or more, so this option is gone. Or it can be 20 or it can be 21. Now guys, how many zeros were possible initially? Initially we said exactly 4 zero होंगे. Okay, but 2 zeros तो we have already used up. So यहाँ पे maximum you will have is 2 zeros. Okay, so I'll write it here. You'll have 2 zeros and 1 1. More importantly, ये दोनों 1 होगा. And this number becomes 18, which is fixed. And this number becomes 21, 21. This is also fixed. Okay. Now we will look at that last bit of information, because we still don't know which of these. But you know what? Before we do that, let us just the baki sab. See, the remaining 2 zeros we know are in this column. Out of the 4 zeros, 2 zeros are here. This is the first 0. This is the second 0. There are 2 more zeros here. Everything else is 1. So this is 1, right? This is 1, and even this is 1. So just now the only job left for us is to find out which of these 3 cells is 1 and the remaining 2 will be 0. So we'll use the last bit of information. E4 had 2 more students than E6 before the change. So these numbers, E4 had 2 more students than E6. So E6 will hence be 23. Right? This is 2 more than E6. E4 is 2 more than E6. So this will be 23. Hence, this has to be the 2, 1, all 1 is already filled in. This also has to be the other one. So this is 0 and this is 0. And this is fixed at 23. Okay. So if you want, you can do the final calculations. This, yahan pe ek 1 we have added. So this becomes 36. 1, 2, 3. So 3 ones are added, this becomes 38. And if you check, guys, quickly, what do you have? 7 plus 6, 13. 13 plus 5, 18, 26, and 0, right? So 0 aa gaya, 3 is carried over. And this is 10, 18, 20, and another 10, you get your 300 perfectly, okay? So let's now fix these numbers also. We have fixed all the others. Let's fix the columns also. We have added 1, so this becomes 61. Right? Here you have added 2, so this becomes 45. Okay? And this you have just added 1, so this becomes 79. So your rows, columns, you have now filled up everything. And now when you look at questions, how many elective courses among E1 to E6 had a decrease in their enrollments after the change process? Decrease means कि जो before number था, right, is larger than the after number. So for each of them, we will compare this number, before number, with the after number and see where the before is larger than the after. So E1 is one such elective, correct? Okay, before is more than after, 31 is more than 18, 46 is not more than 76, then 36 is not more than 79, 25 is more than 21, so E4 is the second elective, and E5, 38 is not more than 45, and 23 is not more than 61, so there are just 2 electives, E1 and E4. Okay. After the change process, which of the following is the correct sequence of the number of students in the 6 electives? So we know वो 18 से start होता है और 61 पे खत्म होता है. So ये दोनों options है. So 18, 76, 79, and then you have to check between 23, 43 and 21, 45, which I don't remember. So it is 21, 45. Option D. After the change process, which course among E1 to E6 had the largest change in its enrollment as a percentage of its original enrollment? And we just need to check these 4 courses, 1, 2, 3 and 6, okay? You want to see the largest change on the original. So let's go back. This has reduced by 13 on 31. So this I'm writing for our benefit. Otherwise, in the paper, we will not write it now. 13 by 31. E2 has changed by 30 on 46. This is close to 2/3, guys. So ये तो गया. E3 has changed by, E3 has doubled, more than doubled, right? So that is the best abhi tak. You have a change of 43 on 36. So E2 is also gone. And then finally E6 is not going to be that, wait, it is 23 and 61. So that is, it's more than doubled, substantially more than doubled. So E6 has the best answer because the base is smaller, right? So yeah, the answer is E6, option D. Last question of this set. Later, the college imposed a condition that if after the change of electives, the enrollment in any elective dropped to less than 20 students, all the students who had left that course will be required to re-enroll for that elective. Which of the following is a correct sequence of electives in decreasing order of their final enrollments? So, abhi we have, okay, so why don't we do one thing? We'll just get all the 6 numbers here, okay? E1 to E6. You have 18. In fact, we don't need to come so behind also. The 6 numbers are right here. 18, 76, 79. 18, 76, 79, right? And then you have 21, 45 and 61. Now out of these, only one is less than 20, which is E1. So all the students who had left E1 will be required to come back to E1. So all these other numbers will decrease and E1 will increase. So how is that going to happen? So we need the first row, guys. So it's 9, 5, 10, 1, 4, 2. 5, 10, 1, 4 and 2. 6 numbers here, 6 numbers here. Now, all the students come back to this guy doesn't mean that it will reach the original 31. It is tempting here to think कि सब वापस आ गए तो पहले जैसा number होगा. No, because the students who have come to E1 from other electives will continue to remain in E1. So you'll have to add these numbers, the students who left. See, these guys, जो original 31 था, उसमें से 9 people stayed in E1. The remaining guys who left have to come back. So that is 15, right? Plus 7, 22 kids will come back. Right? 5 plus 10, 15 plus 7, 22 kids will come back. Why is this number? Yeah, this number is more than 31. It is 40. So the new number is 40. This number is 71 because 5 kids have left to join E1. This number is 69. This number is 20. So thank God it remained at 20. We have to worry about less than 20. Okay. Then 45 may say 4 kids will leave. So that is 41 and final number is 59. So in decreasing order means the first course is E2, E3, E6. E2, E3, E6. So this goes off. All the others go off, right? It's only one option, A. So you have E2, E3, E6 and then E5, E1 and E4. Perfect, right? Great. Let's look at the next set. The next set is not so bad, but you have a change stem in between. So you do some work for only 2 questions, then you have to rework again for the next 2 questions. Right, so let's do this. An old woman had the following assets: 70 lakhs in bank deposits, 1 house, 3 flats, and all this gold coins. So there is a split equally. the total is split equally. Okay. Among the three, Nita received the least amount in bank deposits while Geeta received the highest. The value of the assets was distributed as were the gold coins. So फिर ये gold coins are not important in the first two questions, guys, because जितने भी है, they are distributed equally. We need to now ensure that this distribution is also equal. So what is the total here? You have 70 of cash plus 50 of one house and plus 90 of three flats. So that's 210. So each of the sisters should get 70, 70, 70. Okay. Now, whichever sister gets the house cannot be split. Whichever sister gets the house, 50 ka jo hai, right, will land up with 20 bank deposits. Okay. So this is house plus bank deposits. This is one sister. Okay. Another sister. Now there are three flats left and there are two sisters. So one of the sisters will get two flats. See, nobody can get all three flats because that becomes more than 70. So the breakup has to be two flats will go with one sister. So one sister will get 60 because of the two flats, and one sister will get the remaining flat, and the deposits will be given accordingly so that they all add up to 70. So 10 यहाँ पे, 40 यहाँ पे. So each of these is 70. Gold coins are also equal. So that's not a problem, right? And your cash is also adding up to 70. Everything is perfect. Okay. Among the three, Nita received the least amount in bank deposits. Who has got the least bank deposits? This person. So this person is Nita. Geeta received the highest in bank deposits. So this is Geeta, which means this is Sita. So now we can answer questions. How much did Sita receive in bank deposits? So Sita received 20, right? She received 20 in bank deposits. How many flats did Nita receive? So if you come here and check the flats Nita received, that is 2 flats, right? 60 house mein 2 flats. So the theta answer here is 2. Right? Next 2 mein the stem is changing. So the basic structure is still the same, but now the assets are not distributed equally and the gold coins are also not distributed equally. Okay. So Nita, Sita and Geeta was in the ratio of 1:2:3, while the gold coins was 2:3:4. Ye 1:2:3 guys is the value of all the assets, or all assets में ही gold coin आ रहा है. So ये 210 is not distributed in that ratio. It is 210 plus the gold coins which is distributed in that ratio. One child got all 3 flats and she did not get the house. One child other than Geeta got rupees 30 lakh in bank deposits. Now see, Sita is getting 1/3 of the total assets and she is also getting 1/3 of the gold coins. How do we know that? 2 is, right, she is getting 2 out of 6. So she is getting 1/3 in total also, and she is getting 3 out of 9. So she is getting 1/3 in the gold coins also. तो अगर gold coins में भी 1/3 है, correct? Your total is made up of remaining assets plus gold coins. यहाँ पे भी 1/3 है, यहाँ पे भी 1/3 है, तो ये भी 1/3 होगा. That means the middle child, right, Sita, is getting 1/3 of this also, remaining assets, which means she is getting 70. Now somebody got the 3 flats. Can Sita get the 3 flats? No, she is just getting 70. She cannot get 3 flats. Right? So somebody else got 3 flats. Can Sita get everything in bank deposits? No. Some other child, Geeta, got some money. So Sita cannot get everything in bank deposits, which means Sita must have gotten the house. So she has got 50, right? Because she has got the house. Okay. Okay. Now one child, Geeta, got 30 lakh in bank deposits. If she's now this girl, Sita, is getting 50, 70 totally, out of which 50 is the house, she's getting 20 with respect to the bank deposits. Okay. Now we have to remember that Geeta is getting the 1:2:3. And Geeta is also getting the 3 flats. Because she's the only one who can get 3 flats, right? The first person, Neeta, is getting less than Sita. So Neeta is getting less than 70. How can Neeta get 3 flats which are 90? Correct? So Geeta is the one who's getting all the 3 flats of 90. Which means that the 30 lakh deposit must be with Neeta. So if this is 30 here and you have 20 cash here, total cash is 70, Geeta must have got 20 cash. And the house and the flat are not available, so Neeta has got only 30. Okay. ठीक है, so यहाँ पे 110 total for Geeta, Neeta is 30. Now this is just remaining assets. So Neeta ka remaining assets plus the gold coins that she gets, let's say that is 2x, right? If you have 9x gold coins, Neeta is going to get 2x gold coins. This is going to be half of what Sita gets. Sita is going to get 70 plus 3x. So if I just do the cross multiplication and everything, I'll get 60 plus 4x is equal to 70 plus 3x. So x is 10. That's it. That means there are 90 gold coins. And this woman has received 20, 30 and 40. So now the total, final total is 150, 100 and 50. Okay. So now we can look at questions. How many gold coins did the old woman have? They should give people names and not call them old woman, especially if the old woman is giving money, right? So that we know, guys, we have found it out, it's 90 coins. How much did Geeta get in bank deposits? You can check. Geeta got 20. This is the cash row. Geeta got 20. You have to give it in lakh of rupees, so you just need to put 20. Guys, please be careful कि किस में डालना है number, वरना टीटा wrong हो जाएगा. Okay? Great. The last 10. Right. So, you have 10 old dorms in a management school. Okay? And these old dorms need to undergo repairs. So if you remember, guys, when we were doing slot 1 may be a frequency distribution tha with respect to happy countries, right? यहाँ पे भी एक frequency distribution है. So they're definitely taking some efforts, right, to ensure some normalization between slots. Okay. Now you have 2 dorms needing a repair of 1 CR. One dorm needing a repair of 2 CR. This is a light repair zone. This is moderate and this is extensive. Okay. So in the CAT, you could try. So what we can do is we can just have each dorm with the kind of repair and the actual number, right? So we can do something like the first dorm can be light or moderate or extensive, right? And then what kind of repair, and we can do this for all dorms. So I've already made a small table, guys, right? Let's now just start putting all the things that we know. Okay, so odd is not light repair. That means odd can be moderate or extensive. Okay, so we'll just put moderate, extensive here. All the odd numbers are either moderate or extensive. And then all the even numbered are not moderate, so they can be light or extensive. Okay. Finally, multiples of 3 are not extensive, right? If you just go and check multiples of 3, do not need extensive repair. We can see it right here. Okay, so already all the numbers are distributed in at least 2 buckets. We can now remove 1 bucket for multiples of 3. So multiples of 3 is not extensive. That means definitely 3 is moderate. Correct? 6 is another multiple, not extensive. So 6 is light. Right? 9 is the last multiple, not extensive. So 9 is moderate. Okay? Now, we also know that 4 to 9, all repair costs are used. How many repair costs are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many numbers are there from 4 to 9, guys? You have 6 numbers. So 6 numbers and 6 DOMs, they are used properly. Okay? 7 is maximum, so 7 has to be the 6 ka repair cost, and 8 is minimum, so 8 is 1 ka repair cost. Okay? So 7 is 6 ka repair cost. And 7 is maximum, so 7 has to be extensive. And 8 is minimum, so 8 is light. And 8 is a repair cost of 1. Now from these numbers 4 to 9, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 8 is light because 8 is minimum and 6 is light. We have found that out. So 6 has to have 2 ka cost. Okay. Now we have a moderate here. Okay. And if you consider all the numbers from 4 to 9, all the costs are used 1 to 6. Dono light costs have been used. So 4 cannot be light. 4 has to be extensive. Because both the light cost of 1 and 2 has been used. So 4 में जो originally light or extensive था, 4 has to be extensive, which means now the extensive 6 का cost is done. 4 has to be a cost of 5. So we have got 2 extensive from 4 to 9. We have got 2 lights from 4 to 9. Now we can find out that these are 2 moderates from 4 to 9. Okay? Or moderate means it can be 3 or it can be 4. So 4 to 9 wala, all different we have used. Now let's just check what is happening. This is light or extensive. This is light or extensive. Guys, we had 3 in extensive. Out of which 2 are 6 ka cost, 1 is 5 ka cost. 5 is already used up. Now there are no more 5s left. So one extensive cost of 6 is left. Similarly, अगर light का भी हम analysis करते हैं, right? There were totally 3 lights, out of which 2 are used up. One of them is a cost of 1, one of them is a cost of 2. 2 is completely used up. Now we have 1 left of 1. So ये देखो light and extensive है, ये light हो सकता है, extensive हो सकता है, इसका cost हो सकता है 1 or 6. It cannot be 2 or 5 because that's used up. ये भी light और extensive हो सकता है 1 or 6. And now we have used up all the 6 light and extensive. Let's check, okay? This is light and extensive 1. This is light and extensive 2. This is light and extensive 3. Light and extensive 4. Light and extensive 5. Light and extensive 6. The remaining have to be moderate. So this is moderate, this is moderate, this is also moderate, and the first one is also moderate. Now moderate में क्या है? You have 4 values. One of them, right? One of them is 4 and the remaining are 3. Okay, one value is 4, remaining values are 3. So 4 तो आ गया ना इधर, somewhere one of these is going to be the 4. You will have this as 3 and this as 3. So that's all we can say for sure. Now we can start looking at options. Which of the following is not necessarily true? DOM 1 needs a moderate repair is true, right? This is true, guys. That DOM 1 does need moderate. DOM 5 will cost no more than 4 CR. DOM 5 is 3 or 4 CR. right? Dorm 5 is 3 or 4 CR. So this is also true. It will either cost 3 or 4. It will not cost more than 4. Dorm 7 needs an extensive repair. This is definitely true. We know Dorm 7 is maximum. So D is false. QK 10 can either need 1 or 6. So it can be more than 4. Right? So answer is D because D need not always be true. What is the total cost of repairing the odd number dorms? So what are the odd number dorms, guys? You have 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. And their cost is 1 के लिए the cost is 1 के लिए the cost is 3, 3 के लिए the cost is 3, 5 के लिए the cost is 3 or 4, 7 के लिए the cost is 6, 9 के लिए the cost is 3 or 4, and they will, if this is 3, this will be 4, if this is 3, this will be 4, right? So they will add up to 7 definitely. So 7 plus 6 plus 6, answer is 19. So there is the theta answer, you just need to input 19. Suppose further that 4 of the 10 dorms needing repair are women's dorms and they need a total of 20 crores for repair. So we need to analyze now. See, we added 5 numbers just now, right? We added 5 odd dorms. 5. Still our sum was 19. अगर 4 के लिए आपका सम 20 आ रहा है तो नंबर्स पक्का बड़े होंगे. Okay? Average cost 20 divided by 4. Average cost is 5. And we know that the highest is 6. So 6, एक तो 6 आना ही है. Okay? So let's say one of these 4 dorms. One of these 4 dorms is 1. That means 3 remaining dorms will add up to 19. And then the average, guys, is 6.66. Which is not possible because the highest is 6. So one number है ही नहीं women dorms में. Okay? Let's say one of the numbers is 2. That means the remaining 3 dorms add up to 18. Which means each dorm adds up to 6. Okay? Now this also is not possible because there are only 2 6s. We don't have 3 6s. So 2 भी नहीं होगा. Right? The answer is going to have the 4 dorms will either be 3, 4, 5 or 6. Okay. Now, out of these numbers, how can we get 20? As I said, you need at least 1 6. Correct? If you have 1 6, then can the remaining 3 add up to 14? Right? So you can check, it can add up to 14 only with 5, 5 and 4. If you use a 3, then you'll have to use another 6. So using only 1 6, you need a 5, 5, 4, पर 5 तो एक ही है. So 1 6 से नहीं होगा, you will need to use 2 6s. That means the remaining 2 numbers add up to 8. So they cannot be 4 and 4 because there's only 1 4. 6, 6, 3 and 5. These are going to be your women dorms. Okay? So I hope we are clear कि ये 20 का sum can only come like this. 6, 6, 3 and 5. And only one of the dorms from 1 to 5 is a woman's dorm. So which can be a woman's dorm here? Can be anything, right? Let's instead focus here. That you have 6, 6, 3 and 5. 2 6s because you see I could have 1 6 from here. 1 6 is here, so this is definitely a woman's dorm. Right? I need a 5 to be a woman's dorm, so this is definitely a woman's dorm. That means the other 6 is not here, guys. Right? Otherwise, I have 2 women's dorm. So this is 1 and this is 6. So this is the next woman's doll. Or 3 has to be, again, the last one also has to be in the last 5. So this is 3 with a woman's doll, right? And hence this guys will be 4. So now we can start looking at questions. What is the cost for repairing dorm 9? Dorm 9 repairing cost, guys, we can see it is 3. It is 3. Which of the following is a woman's dorm? 2, 5, 8 and 10. We need to check for 2, 5, 8 and 10. So 2 is not, 5 is not, 8 is not, it is 10. So answer is option D, which is 10. So great. I hope you all enjoyed. I really enjoyed these 4 data sets. I hope you all enjoyed solving them too. And I'll see you again in the evening when we discuss the remaining data sets. Before that, guys, this is your puzzle that you have to solve till evening, and this is your reading assignment. Guys, I'm going through a lot of effort finding the right size, finding the right content of reading assignments for you. So it's really a treasure that you get every time. 2 reading assignments in a day is not going to kill you, right? And I'll see you again, as I said, in the evening. You can also find me on an academy. So don't hesitate, guys. Subscribe straight away. We have a beautiful environment to learn. You have a lot of leader polls, which means you get a good peer group also to study from. And we have a wonderful test series that's going on right now. So please subscribe. If you're focused on CAT 2020, you can look at the 12-month subscription. If you are confused between 20 or 21, then you can look at the 2-year subscription. You can use the code Munira10 to get 10% discount, right? So great. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.